Hello everyone, my name is Alexa Mogus, and today in this explainer video we are going to be talking about traditional versus online learning models. We are going to discuss similarities and differences between in-person and online learning. We are going to look at some advantages and disadvantages of each model in the content area of biology. And I am also going to discuss how learning theories apply to each model and how to effectively present instruction in both models with examples. In this slide, we are going to talk about some similarities and differences between traditional and online learning models. First off, let's look at similarities. So each type of learning style relies on teacher instruction. Traditional on-campus classes are based on live lecture instruction, and online classes may also have lectures that are live or others that are pre-recorded. Both types of learning models require students to effectively manage their time. The workload is consistent for all education systems, whether it's on campus or online. Students will still have lectures, assignments, homeworks, tests, and quizzes. So now let's look at the differences. So networking and social interactions are different in an online learning environment than in a traditional learning environment. In-person networking allows the student to develop a rapport by creating stronger, more meaningful, and memorable relationships. Networking online decreases face-to-face communication skills and lacks emotional connection. Another difference is the learning environment. In a traditional learning scenario, classes are planned and structured according to a fixed schedule. This system of learning is more disciplined, whereas online learning is more spontaneous. Learners may choose to complete assignments at their own pace whenever they choose. So in this slide, we are going to discuss some advantages and disadvantages of the traditional learning model. So first off, let's start with advantages. So an advantage is social interactions, the ability to work in groups. In any biology class, it is beneficial for student interaction when completing hands-on labs or group projects. Group projects boost creativity, encourage teamwork, and allow students to learn from one another. Students are more engaged in in-person learning. Traditional classes help create a student-to-teacher and student-to-student bond. Teaching methods in a traditional biology classroom setting promotes memory and creates an interactive atmosphere. Teachers can gauge the class's response through visual cues and body language. Visual cues may include things such as biology-related posters, pictures, model systems, and simulations or videos. Now let's look at some disadvantages of the traditional learning model. So first off is no flexibility. Time commitment is a disadvantage when attending traditional classes. Students need to commute or live on campus to attend classes and be physically present on a regular basis. That may also pose a disadvantage when staying beyond class to finish biology projects or hand-on labs. And also arranging pickup for children or work schedules may be affected as well. Another disadvantage is the generic methodologies. Not every student responds well to classroom-based learning and may learn at a different pace. Students that are visual learners may grasp concepts more easily with reading or seeing pictures, as well as instructional videos. Students often lose focus when listening to lectures and often miss vital information. They may also prefer to study alone without noisy classroom distractions. In this slide, we are going to discuss the advantages and disadvantages of the online learning model. So first off, let's start with advantages. The first advantage of an online learning model is time management. Online classes boost time management skills. Staying organized is key to being a successful student. Students are able to learn self-motivation and self-discipline qualities by sticking with a schedule to keep up with coursework. This is especially important for biology majors, as a lot of information is learned quickly in a short period of time. Students are able to explore time management techniques, such as using planners, binders, or virtual tools for productivity. Another advantage is flexibility. Online classes make it easier to achieve an optimal school life balance. Online learning allows for a more flexible and controlled schedule. It is easier to maintain an active social life and family life while earning a college education. It is also great for people who are working while advancing their education. Many elements are asynchronous, meaning they can be completed at your own pace at any time of the day and in any location that works best. Now let's look at some disadvantages. The first disadvantage is technology access. The need for technological equipment and good internet connection is a flaw of the online learning model. A computer with a working webcam and stable internet connection is needed. It is important to be able to tune into live or watch pre-recorded biology lectures as it is a subject of heavy content overload. Another disadvantage is distractions. Distractions and stimuli may occur if the chosen place to study and complete coursework is not adequate. Some examples include barking dogs, annoying siblings, background television noise, etc. The virtual environment tends to not be enough to maintain the full concentration of the student. Especially for students studying biological processes, it is vitally important to have a proper space to learn content far from any potential distraction. In this slide, we are going to discuss how adult learning theories apply to both online and traditional learning models, and also how to effectively present instruction in both models with examples. So let's start off with traditional learning. Andragogy and experiential learning are most effective in a traditional learning environment. In the andragogy learning theory, adult learners are autonomous and self-directed, seeking out learning based on personal needs. Learners apply what they learn in a practical way. Instruction is presented through structured, formal learning. Instructors may create scenarios in the classroom and encourage learners to utilize their experiences to solve problems. The experiential learning theory puts the learner at the center of the learning process. Learning happens through an active process of doing and reflection. Activities in a biology-centered classroom may include hands-on laboratory experiments, practicums, or undergraduate research. Now let's look at the online learning model. Self-directed learning and the collaborative learning theory are most effective in online learning environments. In the self-directed learning theory, adult learners take primary charge of planning, continuing, and evaluating learning experiences. Educators provide advice, direction, and resources to support the student. In the online learning environment, students are self-motivated learners and have substantial technology and software skills. In the collaborative learning theory, it involves peer-to-peer learning that fosters deeper thinking. Teachers in an online learning course can facilitate this theory by using discussion forums. Students have the ability to read and respond to discussion posts at any time. They are able to reflect and write thoughtful responses to other students in the classroom.